Right, very good afternoon. So, here's the thing, right? There was an article today on my Google, and that article was by Mark Douglas in the iNews. Now, I shared that to my Facebook, and I'm now sharing it here on hashtag Paul Gallant 3675. And it's about St James's Park and what is possible. Now, in the article, what they were speaking about was 10,000 extra seats in the Gallagher. And we all know that there's a feasibility study. And that feasibility study will conclude in its part 2 in 2025. So here's the thing. We all know that we as fans, we won't be paying for this new development. The Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia have earmarked the spending to increase the size of St James's Park, our home. Now, one of the things I've said in many of my big videos is this. The Gallagher. I've said this while I've been in the Gallagher end, and I have been up near the rear of the stand. And one thing is certain, when you are up near the rear of the Gallagher stand, you cannot see the upper levels of the Sir John Hall. That's obvious. So I said this ages and ages ago, where we take the roof off and we put another level higher. Now what that's going to entail is this. It could be that to do that, when we're taking the roof off, we stretch the stadium so that we create a tunnel. Yeah. Now, not to be disappointed, the tunnel for the road at Strawberry Place. Now, as we are going to be hiring the greatest architects and engineers, yes, the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia does not mess around when they go for a build, well, especially a new build. So what Mark Douglas was on about was something which would be like an extension over the top of the metro station at St James's Park. And I believe that it's possible. So that would be from St Mary's Place up and straight over the top of St James's Park Metro onto where the boarding for the advertising is, and that would support the rebuild and the extension of the whole end of the Gallagher. So everything would then fall into place with the Milburn stand, and the hope is that in this feasibility study, what they do also is they look at Lisa's Terrace in that feasibility study. Now, as we are not coughing up the money for this, here's a plan for you. The plan is this: to take out the side bit which runs up to the stadium to buy out that part. So you have, at this moment in time, you have it like that. So you have this where the old signing on place used to be for Department of Works and Pensions. It is now offices, and this part here could be removed completely and rebuilt somewhere else within the city and rebuilt exactly how it is. Now, on the opposite side of said road, which leads to Leazes Terrace, you have the first section, i.e. you have two sections which run like that. Take one out, leaving one behind. Now, as I've said just before there, taking it all down and rebuilding both sections on another plot of land within the city centre. That was going to give the Leazes Terrace end, which is 50 years old. Now, if this work happens the way I am thinking it would happen, we could have a massive space to pull out across the road to where that green bit of grass is. We could use all of that space to basically rebuild the Leazes Terrace end the same way, exactly the same way which the Sir John Hall stand is built, and using the exact same dimensions. That would give us, I believe, enough space to do as much as we have currently with the amount of people who go into the Leazes, the Sir John Hall stand. Think about it. And because we are not paying for it, that would ensure that St James's Park will outlive all of us and be ready for the next generation. And with the work being done on two sides of St James's Park at the same time, well, the work would be completed before the 2028 tournament, and let's face it, you'd get a lot more people inside St James's Park. So that would be epic. But you've got to remember, and I know there's going to be a lot of you turn around and say this, more bums on seats at St James's Park is what everybody wants. Because we don't want a new build elsewhere in the city. St James's Park is perfect where it is, and once the work has been carried out, maybe Aramco can sponsor the finished article. Think about it. Because if that happened, then we would have one of the biggest oil and gas companies on the face of planet Earth who could have their name in lights, brand new Gallagher with their name and a big boarding, brand new, at St James's Park. So to me it works, because when I was at school years and years ago, a long time ago, I used to design stuff, and as you've seen in a few of my videos, I have just started doing a new project using Visual Studio Code, and I'm starting right on the bottom step, but I'm not finished. And as I've said in my other smaller videos, I'm showing you what I'm doing as I'm progressing, because I showed you an examination, and it was a failed examination. Yes, it was. But to get 5 questions from 25 correct with 0 knowledge, well, I didn't do too bad. So as I move forward, the hope is, I do know this much as well, because I watched it last night, JS Mastery. That's who I was watching last night for 22 minutes. And what I do know is this, and a lot of you will turn around and speak about this in the comments. The ERC20 cryptocurrency assets, they are in Solidity Code. Now, I've got to pull them into Remix IDE or pull them into GitHub, verify, then send them to where they need to be. And here's the bonus. If I do that between now and 2025, when the work and everything at St James's Park in the iNews has been done and completed, between now and 2030, if enough money has been created, then the possibilities may be, if the Public Investment Fund do decide to try a new project and move away from St James's Park, maybe, just maybe, there is enough in the things that I am doing, and I'm only saying that just because at this current moment in time, in November of 2024, things are up in the air. I am learning, and because I am learning, I'm starting at the ground to work my way to where I need to be. And I've said this quite a few times. Once I understand how code works, anything is possible, including, as I've said to quite a few of you in different videos, building the next social media app. That's going to also, as Magpie Kit would speak about, that would also include an API, and it would also include cryptocurrency when you sign up, because cryptocurrency is not going away, and between now and 2030 the hope is all these products and tasks I have set myself will all be completed. You out there in subscriber land, you get to see the whole journey from start to finish. So there we go. And the first bit has been done, and the Hello World is now sitting on my desktop. The next bit, I don't know what the next bit is, but you will find out by liking and subscribing and enjoying the journey. You see, the whole point of me doing the ERC20s was get them onto crypto exchanges, sell them, and then build, so that I could turn around and say to Universal Credit, thanks very much, this is what I'm doing now. And go out and hire people through the job centre, through Indeed, Reed and other employment places which are online. So the future does look positive. I just have to understand the fundamentals of what I'm trying to do, and in the meantime of me trying to understand these things, the hope is the Gallagher gets an upper tier, Lees's Terrace gets fixed so that more people can go to St James's Park and enjoy our fabulous football. And here's the bonus: if everything that I'm planning works and I can pay for a box, those of you who subscribe, you get entered into a draw, and I'll spin the wheel on the draw, and those of you who are lucky enough, you get to join me for a day out up at St James's Park. Meal and drinks sorted. There you go. I can't say further than that now, can I? And hopefully, as time grows forward from now, 2024, to 2030, you all get to see the other bits, i.e. building with the ERC20. That's the whole goal of doing what I'm doing. So you get to see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because all I will say at the end of everything is this: not bad for a lad from Benwell. And that's the honest truth, because Benwell isn't like Gosforth. It is not like Darras Hall or those big posh estates in Newcastle upon Tyne. Benwell's the other side of it, as you well know. But my roots are in Benwell, just down from Armstrong Road on the brow of the hill. And I'll never forget that. No matter how much money I make throughout the rest of my days. Doesn't matter, because always it'll be South Belmore. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's hope that Mark Douglas of the iNews is right. And let's hope that between 2024 in November, which we are now, and 2025, everybody, all the fans of St James's Park, all those people living in Newcastle, get to find out what the Public Investment Fund have done with this feasibility study. And let's hope more people can get into St James's Park, because that's going to be incredible. And here's the thing for you, before I shut this video off. Wouldn't it be absolutely epic if this season we could get back to Wembley? Wouldn't that just be epic? Anyway, Sunday is important. We've got to beat Forest, get the 3 points, hopefully get goals galore, and hopefully between now and January go on a real good run of games. If that happens, well, I've already said it to you. Thanks for watching.